Okay, so this video is if you decided to choose the book talk for your option for Never Let Me Go. So you may be asking, what the heck is a book talk, okay? So let's kind of talk about it. So this is going to be a 2 to 3 minute talk, okay? I want your face in the video, so don't send me a black screen. I want to see you. I want to see movement, getting up. If you need to write stuff on a whiteboard, that's great. Okay, you're going to include the following elements. Now, if you can't see or you miss something, just pause the video and you can go back. Plot, characters, setting, conflict. Okay, so let's kind of break all of these down one by one. Okay. So I want you to kind of treat this like you're writing a paper, okay? So what essentially you are going to do is you will have the book talk and then you will have the written book talk. Okay, so ideally what would be a good idea is to, one, start with the paper. Now, this isn't a full formal paper. It's just you writing out your book talk and all of the elements you need. If you want to bullet point it, I'm fine with that, but it needs to be descriptive and it needs to have complete sentences. Another thing, when we start a paper, I would ask you, what do we start a paper with? And you would say, a hook, right? You want me to become fascinated with whatever you're going to talk about, okay? I've already read this book, and so have you, and so have the 30 other students, okay? So what about your book talk is gonna make it stand out? What is gonna make your book talk, make me wanna read it again, okay? So let's kind of break it down. I'm going to erase this. If you need it, just pause the video and you can go back, okay? And I don't have an eraser, so I'm using my handy dandy hand, okay? You wanna tell me, one, the title, the author, and the genre. Now, you should be able to know the genre because we've been talking about this in our whole entire unit, okay? The next thing you need is your hook, okay? In your hook, you can ask me a question, you can give me an interesting fact, you can give me a quote from the book, maybe tell me something about clones, whatever you want to do. I want you to hook me into this reading. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is you are going to tell me about characters. Now, I want you to give me all the main characters. That will be Ruth, Tommy, Kathy. If you want to include guardians, major ones like Miss Lucy or Madame, maybe even Chrissy and Rodney later in the text because they're important. Now, side note, one thing that can help you with this is there is a character chart on the unit schedule. So if you're like, I can't remember all the characters' names, just go to the character chart, okay? You are going to list them. List and describe. So I'll give you an example, okay? Kathy H. is the narrator of this novel. We hear from Kathy as she is later in life as a carer. In the beginning of the book, we don't understand what a carer is, but by the end of the book, we understand that she has been cloned and she is growing up in a school with other clones to become eventually a donor, an organ donor. Okay, very brief description. I know who she is. You can tell me about her friends, incorporate friends in that. One thing you can do is make a character map, okay? So if you want to explain the characters, drawing a character map and showing me, perfect, okay? Another thing you need is setting. Now, setting changes, okay? So make sure that you are being mindful of that, okay? We start at Hailsham, we go to the cottages, sometimes they're in Norfolk, hospital, okay? Go back and forth, but make sure you are paying attention to that. Plot. What is the book about? Okay, give me a basic plot structure. Now, I am going to ask you, fill out the details, okay? Now, if right now you're watching this video and you are so completely lost, you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm gonna give you a packet and everything that you need to turn in is in this packet, okay? So please don't stress. You can do it on Notability or whatever you wanna do. Every question you need to answer is in this packet. So I'm just referring to that right now, okay? Now, these are just some things I want you to remember about doing a book talk. You're gonna become a teacher. Be exciting, okay? I don't wanna watch a 3-minute video of you like this. Kathy H is the main character in this book, and she becomes a carer, and we hear about her. Really? No. Okay, that's boring. Make me want to watch your video, okay? Don't read off of a note card. I understand if you were gonna write your book talk before, it would help you make note cards or maybe have somebody recording you. Just go for it, okay? The more exciting you are, the more happy I will be, okay? Include a hook. Okay, we talked about hook. And last thing, this is the most important. Don't give away the ending. Okay? A book talk is supposed to want to make somebody read a book. You're not telling me what the book is about. Do not tell me that Tommy gets his organs harvested, because that is not what we want, okay? Now, here are some ways you can kind of jazz up your book talk, okay? One, you can dress up, look nice, look professional. You can read an excerpt from the book if you really liked a certain passage. You can make a slideshow. You could use a whiteboard like I'm doing. You could even act out a part of the book. Whatever you want to do that's going to make this super interesting, make it super interesting. If you want to dress up as Joe Exotic for your book talk, you dress up as Joe Exotic for your book talk, okay? Just get into it, have some fun. This is not supposed to be stressful, and if you have questions, just ask, okay? I miss you guys, and I love you, and I hope that I see you soon.